Hello guys, welcome to the new video and today we are going to talk about many new things but also I know that this video is coming too late and I haven't posting the video still like from last 4 to 5 months. I was busy enough not to publish a new video. So I will make a new video for today, and today we will learn about DevOps interview, DevOps interview questions. So, if you remember, at last we have completed a DevOps series. I know the series wasn't enough, like we have just done basics and fundamentals. Okay, we have done fundamentals, and this is a interview question series. No, so let's keep it in a video only rather than a series. It will be only a one video. And my future plannings are more on the after we have completed the fundamentals. Let's move to the project side afterwards, and you will see some projects coming up on this channel. So stay tuned. Okay, but for today we will be discussing DevOps interview questions. Okay, now see every so if we talk about interview in general, every interview for a person who is taking the interview is different. They have different mindset, they have different their POV. Also it depends on what is the like what they are looking for. For example, they are looking for Kubernetes expert, or they are looking for Jenkins expert. Okay, so everything decides on that. So everything depends mostly on the job description. First, as I said, first is interviewer POV mindset, how he is, and what kind of questions he asked. Now, most of the time, we don't know who he is. Okay, so we don't know that, but we know we have a job description in front of us, so we can prepare. We have job description, so we can prepare our questions on the basis of that. Okay. Now, for example, as according to my experience, most of the jobs most of the job description I have seen, they need like expert they need a person who has knowledge of 5 to 6 tools and expert in one. For example, you should know Docker, Linux, Git. For CI/CD it would be maybe Jenkins or Circle CI. Okay, and for CD, Argo CD. Okay, they want you to have the knowledge of these tools. Okay, and expert. So just suppose they need you to be expert in one tool, which would be Kubernetes. Okay, expertise in one tool and knowledge of 4 to 5 or 6 tools. Okay, it depends on the job description. So you need to make sure that you prepare your job description. You prepare for your job interview according to that only. Now let's move forward. For example, we will have a basic understanding of this old tool. For example, let me provide a few questions. First, you need to make sure that you know the definition of all tools. First thing you need to have is a definition of all tool. Now, make sure you don't go to the Google or Chrome and just take up a simple definition and you pick it up and you learn it. Don't do that. Okay. Make sure that the definition looks more of a humanized way rather than a bookish thing. Okay. rather than a bookish thing. It should look more like it is being created as a humanized way. Because if you keep it like this, the interviewer will have confidence that yeah, you know things. Okay. If you keep it like a bookish thing, it would be something like you have just got it from the Chrome and you have learned it. Okay. So for example, let's talk about Kubernetes. So an interviewer asked me, what is Kubernetes? Okay. Now what is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is a tool, okay, to deploy your application. Okay. This is the simplest uh, definition. You can edit something like Kubernetes makes sure that your application like is up 24 into 7. Okay. So Kubernetes promise no downtime, although the reality differs. But yeah. Okay. If they talk about Jenkins, the simplest word I can use, what is Jenkins? Is an automation tool. Okay, continuous integration tool. It makes sure that everything that needs before getting to deploy for the application is already added in a pipeline. And for example, the pipeline may looks like first would be build the code, dockerize, scan the code, push to Docker Hub. So everything which needs to be done before deploying the application is this process. Now I have provided the simplest example I could find. Okay. You can add many more tools or integration things here as well. Okay. Argo CD for continuous delivery. Okay. To deploy your code, to make sure that the deployment management is taken care in a well manner. Okay. So it should look more like a humanized thing than a bookish thing. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let's move forward. Second, you need to make sure that you have some scenarios pegged for you as well. For example, there is a interviewer question that what, for example, how did you manage? How did you manage when Kubernetes fail? Like when Kubernetes, when an application goes down, when application goes down. Okay, how did you manage that? Okay, so there are few scenarios that you need to take care of. Let me write it down here. Okay, first would be this. Second would be how did you make sure that your application doesn't crash in production. So you can reply them with that we can write few tests to check the application before production. We can have multiple environment like development, staging, and production. We will check our application first there in development environment, then staging, and this production to make sure that application doesn't crash in production. There are many other questions. For example, how did you create? How do you create master slave configuration in Jenkins? Okay. So make sure that you have few scenario questions already. You know few scenario questions. Okay. Okay. Let's move forward then. Third point is third point is you need to make sure that you know everything written in your resume. For example, I have wrote that I we need okay. So I wrote that in my previous company, I have decreased the cloud cost by 50%. Okay, so there are high chances that if you write a line like this, it will, if you write a line like this, it will be asked by interviewer. Okay, there are many chances. For example, there would be another that I have decreased the crashing time or downtime of my application, or I have optimized my Jenkins pipeline or CI/CD pipeline. If the Jenkins pipeline was taking 30 minutes, I kept it at 5 minutes now. I have reduced the image sizes by 50%. If you write things like this in your resume, make sure that you understand these things, and these questions are likely to be asked by an interviewer. Okay, and if interviewer asks that let me, like, I will go through your resume, just explain me things. Okay, make sure you have a practice of that as well. You should explain them whatever projects you made. You should provide your achievements. You need to make sure that they understand what you did in your previous company and how you could be helpful. Okay, these are the few questions. Next, at the end of the interview, make sure you ask few questions as well. For example, what would be your role in the company? Be your role in the company if you join. Okay, ask him about how was his experience. Like, did he like your interview? Like, did he like you, or for is the eligible person for the upcoming job, or do he think like you need to be improved or something? Like, take feedback. Okay, simplest thing I could provide is take feedback from the interviewer. Okay, so he would be like, yeah, this person is self-aware. Okay, third would be ask him about, you can you like you can ask him about the salary range. Like, for me, this is important. I always make sure that I ask about this thing. The next last thing I can provide you is, maybe sometimes the interview went well, very well, but after 1 week, 2 week, you didn't get any reply, and most probably the interviewer forgot about you. Okay, so you should ask, like, in how many days I can expect the reply. They will say 1 week, maybe 2 week, maybe 1 month. Okay, make sure whatever time frame they have given you, after that time frame, make sure to message them or email them a follow-up email or follow-up message by asking, hey, we had an interview last month, last week. Okay, and can you tell me if we can go forward with further interviews, or is the position filled? You can ask many questions there as well. Okay, so this were the few things I think is important for you if you're going to your DevOps interview. Okay, and best of luck. Okay, also we will have few more things coming up. Okay, for example, tutorials and DevOps projects. Also, you can recommend few projects, whatever you have in your mind, in the comment section as well. And I'm planning to come up with a series where we will talk about there are many DevOps tools, right, which I use on the regular basis as well. So I want to talk about that as well. So I think there will be a series on that as well. So yeah, I have future plans. I have good plans for this channel, and I will try to be consistent on it. Just make sure you follow and subscribe to the button. So this would be an encouragement for me as well. Okay. So I hope you like this video, and let's connect in the next video. Yeah, great. Bye.